listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, we are diving deep into the details of AHIP requirements, how certification works, and so much more. What is AHIP certification and how do I get it? You have your leads. You might even have a couple contracts signed, but are you ready to sell? Not just yet. There's still a very important step. Complete your AHIP certification. Because the government administers Medicare Advantage plans, that means there are rules for selling them. But there's no need to worry. The required certifications, such as AHIP training, are in place to help protect seniors and reward agents who do things the right way. And for those of you who are new to the industry, first, welcome. Second, let's talk a little bit about what AHIP stands for in Medicare and give a little background. AHIP once stood for America's Health Insurance Plans, a national trade organization for those who provide healthcare coverage, services, and solutions in America. Fun fact, AHIP formed in 2013, rising from the dust of the Health Insurance Association of America and American Association of Health Plans merger. As of June 1st, 2021, the organization goes solely by the name AHIP. Today, AHIP represents over 100 member organizations offering health insurance to more than 200 million Americans and reaches more than 90,000 healthcare professionals. AHIP advocates for a more affordable, equitable, and sustainable healthcare system through lobbying, research, and developing and analyzing policies. They're also well known for their professional development courses, including their widely accepted Medicare and fraud, waste, and abuse training for insurance agents selling Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans. Now, moving forward from the definitions, what exactly does being AHIP certified mean? In order to sell Medicare Advantage plans during the annual enrollment period, agents must complete annual Medicare and fraud, waste, and abuse, or FWA, training that is compliant with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, as we refer to them. Insurers require this training to ensure their agents are aware of and understand the latest CMS guidelines and regulations. In the Medicare industry, being AHIP certified means that someone has completed AHIP's Medicare and FWA training, knows of and understands all CMS rules for selling Medicare Advantage and Part D plans, and is qualified to sell these plans for the current and or upcoming plan year. Now, let's talk about how to get AHIP certified. AHIP's 2027 certification season starts on June 22nd, 2026. Agents can directly purchase and take the certification course through ahip.org, and some carriers do have specific AHIP links. You can find those links in Ritter Insurance Marketing's Certification Center. And just a quick note, you will need to log in or create a free account with ritterim.com to view those details. And if you're wondering more about Ritter Insurance Marketing is the FMO that powers this podcast. Now, generally speaking, the certification consists of two courses, Medicare and FWA. The AHIP Medicare training covers the basics of eligibility and benefits, along with the different types of Medicare Advantage and Part D prescription drug plans. Teaching compliance with the marketing guidelines and proper enrollment procedure is an important part of this course. FWA training covers industry efforts and tools to detect fraud in the Medicare program. The federal government takes fraud very seriously.
This training educates you on the human and financial cost of FWA, as well as the proper reporting techniques. After completing the training modules, you'll have to pass a timed 50-question test and achieve a score of 90% or higher to become AHIP certified, and you'll have 3 attempts to pass the test. That seems simple enough, right? In all honesty, we're not going to joke that memorizing all of that information is easy, because it's not. Whether you've taken the test before or this is your first time, it's vital to prepare properly. Many carriers will not accept 3 AHIP testing failures in a given year and will prohibit you from selling their product during that plan year. That being said, let's talk about some ways to set yourself up for success. First, make sure you study and take notes. We recommend using AHIP training modules and taking practice tests, even if you think you know everything from passing it before. A refresher can never hurt, but failing the test just might. When you study and prepare for the exam, engage yourself, take notes, create your own studying system. You could even have a friend or family member quiz you to make sure you're retaining the information. While the AHIP exam is an open book test, it is timed. Therefore, it's a good idea to have thorough notes, but make sure you are very familiar with them. Next, utilize technology. A great way to cut down on time when searching for answers is to take advantage of technology. Have tabs open ahead of time so you can easily reference them during the exam. You can also use split screens or open a document and then size it to take up only part of your screen so you can look at multiple items at once. If your notes are in a Word document, try using the keyboard shortcut Control-F to find specific keywords or phrases to quickly jump to the section you're looking for. And finally, take a deep breath, ease your mind, and take care of yourself. While knowing the material is imperative to passing the test, there are other factors that can contribute to you either passing or failing. Be sure to get a good night's sleep the day before the test. Find a spot to take the test with little to no distractions. Grab some water and a snack, and don't forget to have a positive mindset. A confident, optimistic attitude can go a long way. If you have questions about AHIP, be sure to visit the text version of this episode for a list of frequently asked questions about AHIP certification. And remember, you can always reach out to our team with questions as well. We've got the links to our contact info in the episode notes. For now, good luck on your studying, and thanks for listening. We will see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. Script proofing by Cassidy Potts. Recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Like what you hear? Follow along with our show wherever you get your podcasts. Rate and review the show on Apple or Spotify.